You did it. You're on the air.
Hey, Ron, how you doing?
I'm confused.
Well, let me straighten up something for Gene, who, by the way, Gene grew up down the street from me when we were kids, and I talked to him a couple years ago, and I'm sorry to hear all the problems that his wife has had, and thank God she's on the mend. But Gene's father was actually a fireman when my father was a policeman. And, you know, us safety service kids had a kind of bond, you know what I'm saying?
All right. What's your point?
But anyhow, that guy that called earlier and said, what's the difference between General Motors and the county? It's who you know. Ron, the county is taxpayer dollars. Those paychecks are funded by the taxpayers. It shouldn't be a closed system where, you know, General Motors was one thing. Absolutely. You had to know somebody they put your Social Security number actually in a bin. And if they pulled out your Social Security number, you could pick somebody for a job at one time at General Motors. But the county, using our tax dollars, should absolutely hire the best person for the job. Now, I do not fault. We have a great sheriff's department. We have the road crews do a great job. They do a great job. But at the end of the day, if Joe Bag of Donuts, as you say, would want to get a job with the county, and they don't know somebody to get them in or to get the in, or to see a posting where they might have it somewhere on their website, and they hire, the county hires. Ron, they take turns who they hire. It's so and so's turn to give somebody a job. You know, that's not right. If they're taxpayer-funded jobs, we pay the bill. We pay with our bill with our property tax, with our sales tax. It absolutely should be open to anyone.
Well, I would always people would point out to me in the past all the people that were related to certain people that had county jobs. It was like a family tree.
It is, Ron, and that's one of the things that I strive to point out last time. I don't want to point out one of the commissioners. In fact, wife works at the Board of Elections. Now, I'm sure she just applied like everybody else, and got that job at the Board of Elections.
All right, stand by for a minute. Stand by. I got to pause. I'll come back with more in a minute. News Radio 570 WQVN. All right, here we go. News Radio 570 WQVN. So, anyway, do you support this idea in Trumbull County of what they're suggesting?
No, I don't think so, Ron. I think maybe, they should do a little bit more outreach, like you said, to the older people. They could go to churches, they can go to senior centers, and they could make it a day for these people. It'll give them something to do. You know what I'm saying? There's something, it feels a little bit dirty about putting county employees, people, especially Board of Elections people, and county employees in charge of our elections, because you saw what happened. Look, they're not all the same, Ron, but you could get some county people, county officials, that if they don't like you, they absolutely demand loyalty. And you saw the results of what happened when they weren't given 100% loyalty. And I don't know that that's like that everywhere, but I know it's certainly like that in Mahoney County. I've seen it firsthand, and you know that.
Listen, I think it's been like this for generations. I've been around a long time. I've watched it happen. I've watched relatives, all these people's relatives on the payroll, all the same names. Family, same names. I'm still seeing it, that are all on the taxpayer's payroll.
If they're the most qualified, fine. That's great, because I want the most bang for my buck. If I hire somebody to do something in my house, I want somebody that does a good job when I'm paying with my money. The problem is these politicians, and that's what they are. They're lifelong politicians, just write checks. Ron, do you know that they hired, in Mahoney County, they hired a PR person for the commissioners to extol their virtues and say what a great job they're doing? You know that there's actually a woman on the payroll that they hired, and they said it. They hired her to promote the commissioners. Now, I talked to the auditor. I think it's $88,000 every time they send out a countywide mailing that hits the mail right before Election Day, and it always has the commissioner's face on them. I would rather give that $88,000, maybe bump the poll workers' pay.
There you go. I got to pause.
I don't need.
Thank you.
Okay.